My biggest gripe from the Bears is David Montgomery goes for 136 yards, but only 15 carries. And he started out strong in the first quarter, and they kind of went away from him. And I don't know if you noticed that, but why the hell, if you're running back, I think David Montgomery is the best weapon on the field, not named Justin Fields. If Montgomery is carrying you like that and dragging defenders every time he touches the ball, why are you going away from him? It's very, I don't know much about Luke Getzey, but when I see that, it reminds me of what Matt Nagy did with Montgomery. It reminds me of what Frank Reich's doing with Jonathan Taylor. You got to feed these guys.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Put the ball in the hands of your playmakers.
Yeah. And did you notice that? Did you see them take, David Montgomery is doing work and then they go away from him?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it. A lot of a lot of teams this year, man. For some reason, you have to go with what you're feeling. Or
What's
not feel,
working?
but whatever's working. Yeah, exactly. If you're running the ball, it may be boring, and your quarterback may not get the stats he wants, but damn it, you're winning.
Yeah. I always grew up with this mindset with football. If it's working, keep doing it until the defense forces you to adjust. And if the defense can't stop it, keep running it down their throat the entire game. You know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely.
And so I don't understand that. And it's not like you're abandoning the run game for this elite, prolific passing game. So much so, the Bears are on pace and are off to a historically bad start in the passing game. Through two games, Dustin, the Chicago Bears have yet to pass for 200 yards
Jeez.
through two games. Um, Again, I was told Matt Nagy was fired, but it looks like he's still calling plays. Luke Getzey is out to a horrible start, and I was hearing this all off season from Bears Twitter. Is like Luke Getzey, Matt Nagy was so bad that Luke Getzey cannot be that bad, so he's gonna make Matt Nagy look even worse. And I'm just like, bro, we don't know that. Luke Getzey's never called offensive plays before. He's been a quarterback coach, and he's a rookie play caller. And we're seeing it, bro. We're not throwing the ball down the field. Everything's short. Nobody's getting open. Like I'm just supposed to automatically assume that Luke Getzey is going to be a hell of a play caller because he's not Matt Nagy. I've learned over my years, bro, that being a Bears fan, just because they got it wrong the past coaching staff doesn't mean they're going to get it right with this coaching staff, you know?
Yes.
And it's so frustrating, bro. I mean, what
Um,
do you see when you look at the Bears? Why are they so bad on offense? Justin Fields got the talent. David Montgomery is a hell of a running back. What's going wrong?
man, I'm starting to think maybe it's the lack of trust or it's the lack of trust the coaches have for Justin Fields.
I I mean, it looks that way, right? It looks like they don't trust him, like they're protecting him from himself. But I think it's a lack of weapons and a lack of. I think they don't trust the O line to protect Fields long enough for these big deep shots to play out. And then on top of that, I can't get over the fact that the cupboard is bare, bro. No pun intended. The Bears have no weapons. Who are their weapons? Nobody, bro. Like we're banking on. Everyone told me, well, at least we've got Darnell Mooney and Cole Kmet. Do you know what what their combined stats are through 2 weeks?
Cole Kmet has 0 receptions.
Yes, combined. Darnell Mooney and Cole Kmet combined 2 catches for 4 yards.
That's not going to get the job done.
Fuck no, it's not. That's terrible. That's terrible for one player, let alone two. And Darnell Mooney is supposed to be our number one wide receiver, and he's not. He's a solid number two. But when you put the Mooney at one, and so the defenses are preparing to stop Darnell Mooney. He's not getting open. He's not that guy. And you need a true number one so that Mooney can be your change of pace. Your another, go against quarter number two. And Cole Kmet, bro, I know he's from Notre Dame. I'm this close to wiping my hands of the whole Cole Kmet situation. This, of all years, was supposed to be the year. And 0 catches through 2 games. And you wonder why. It's like Jimmy Graham was past it, well past his prime. And Cole Kmet couldn't beat him out to be the number one tight end. Something's wrong there. And I'm starting to think Cole Kmet's a bust.
Wait, wait, didn't he play pretty good last year though?
No, he's always had flashes. He's had a game or two, but for an entire season, he's always underachieved.
Can I
And
say, maybe you're just overreacting a little bit? Maybe give the guy some time this year.
I mean, I'll give him he's on the Bears. I'll give him an opportunity, but I'm just saying, bro, if you look at it, we have no weapons. So, of all times to step up, if you've got any talent at all, now's the time to flash, right? Equinemius St. Brown is getting targets. So, if you're Cole Kmet and Darnell Mooney and the cupboard is bare, there's no talent, you should be carrying this offense, right?
Yeah,
And if you're not, then maybe you just don't have it.
hear me out. I feel like there's only maybe the coaching staff again feels like there's only certain things they can do with Justin Fields that would make him be successful because maybe they feel personally that he can't, throw the bombs and everything and make the big plays. That's just how
Well,
I see it.
I would call bullshit. Like that. I mean, that's like what you see, or you're guessing it. Like maybe that's what's happening, and maybe so. I mean, it kind of looks that way with the play calling. I call it bullshit because I've seen Justin Fields do it. I've seen Justin Fields throw dimes, excellent, accurate as hell deep balls. I've seen him get out on the edge and throw dimes and throw the ball all over the field. And you need to ask him to do that. You want to see him throw the ball because if he throws it and is intercepted and turns the ball over, that's fine. How else are you going to learn as a young kid,
Yeah, I agree.
And the Bears don't have playoff expectations. So this year of all years is the time to let him loose and say, look, go out there and show us what you can do. Don't worry about the mistakes along the way. Just focus on improving week to week. And my thing is, it's not that it's like they're holding him back. And I don't know why. And I think it's because my personal thought is it's because of the lack of weapons around him. They know they don't have the guys, the Jimmies and Joes, to go against the opponents.
At the same time, though, that falls on them because they had the opportunity to go get those guys.
Yeah, and it's led Bears fans to become conspiracy theorists and this offseason and earlier this year and thinking that maybe this management and coaching staff isn't all in on Justin Fields and is setting him up for failure because they want to go get their own guy this offseason. And so I hope not because Justin Fields got a ton of talent. And if this coaching staff and management can't figure it out, the Bears are teetering right now, bro. There's a lot of people that are like all optimistic and saying the Bears are building something. I think they're teetering. And if they don't figure this out with Fields, we're going to be rebuilding again in 3 years.
So, did you catch the comment on Monday night or Sunday Night Football by Chris Collinsworth where he said he had a message to Bears fans saying next year you guys are going to be good?
He can say that. He's saying that because we're going to have a lot of cap room. And so we can go spend money. But guess what? Cap room does nothing for you if you don't bring in the right guys. You know what I mean?
Yep, you're completely
You
right.
gotta you gotta spend that money wisely and on the right players. If you look at Jacksonville, they overpaid like crazy for Christian Kirk, and they got criticized for it. But Christian Kirk's being productive, and Trevor Lawrence is taking steps in the right direction, so they're not getting as much heat now. Um, but looking at the Bears' history and looking at what the Bears did this offseason, what leads me to be confident that they're going to spend the money the right way and bring in the right guys when they're going out here signing Equinemius St. Brown and Dante Pettis and these guys? You know what I mean?
Yeah, eventually they're gonna have no choice to, man.
Yeah, and so I think they fucked up this offseason. They hired the wrong people. I'm not sold on Eberflus. I'm certainly not sold on Luke Getsy through 2 weeks. Our defense hasn't been elite so far this year, and that's what Eberflus's strength is. You yourself have said that Eberflus, you had beef with Eberflus before.
Well, yeah, because he never made halftime adjustments, during games when your defense is struggling. You keep calling the same damn plays and not making no type of adjustments at all.
Yeah. And so, I don't know Eberflus like that, so I can only go based on what I've seen so far. I don't I don't know yet on Eberflus, but I can tell you right now I'm very skeptical of Luke Getsy, the offensive coordinator.
Yeah,
And
I think Eberflus is going to be a good coach. It's just he needs the staff around him to be able to have the whole, every nook and cranny of the Bears to be good. Like maybe he should do a better job with hiring coordinators.
well, and if you need to delegate coordinators that well, this is my gut feeling on Matt Eberflus, and I said this about Cliff Kingsbury, Matt Nagy. I don't think Eberflus is going to be a shit head coach, but a lot of coaches are great coordinators and not great head coaches, right? And I
Yes.
think Eberflus might be one of those guys that can be a long-term defensive coordinator in this league, but might not be cut out to be a head coach. That's my gut. I can't say that with certainty yet. But that's my gut feeling ever since we hired him.